So hi all aspirants and welcome to today's video. So today's video is all about how to restart your studies after having a huge break. And in my case, I was kind of unwell for a whole week, and me and my daughter, we both were kind of sick for a whole week and more than that. And we did go to the government health center, but they didn't take the test for COVID. So we were just given antibiotics, and after 9 long days, I'm restarting my studies. And the biggest problem when you restart your study is that you will be having lots of newspapers to cover, and I already have like almost a week's newspaper to cover. So one thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to skip all that. I'm just not going to bother about all these newspapers, because I know that one newspaper will take almost like approximately 2 hours per day. So better I'll do that. I'll just read today's, yesterday's and day before yesterday's newspaper, and that's it. I wouldn't read newspapers before that. And one vital point is that whenever you're restarting your studies after a long break, do not force yourself with lots of hours, and it's okay to start slowly and steadily. Probably you wouldn't be that much productive like the other days, and I am not intending to have such a productive day on my first day itself after restarting it. So just take it slow and easy, just see how it is going, and then after few days later you can just get back on your track. So yes, I'm just already going through all the newspapers and it's taking lots of time. And one point I forgot to mention is that I'm at my parents' place right now, and it's been like 3 months or so, because I realized that I need longer hours to prepare, and I'm also a PhD scholar. And since the restrictions are being lifted off, we are being called back to a college, and it's been like 1.5 weeks. So I'm kind of like managing both PhD and civil service preparations both together. So by the time it's 10 o'clock, I'm already ready for my college, and Emma is still not up, and thankfully my mother's there, she'll look after her. So I need to get out before she wakes up, and as I go out, I don't forget to grab my today's newspaper. So I'm all seated in my library, and it's such a peaceful and a quiet place, and it's hardly anyone over there. It's just me and the librarian. Mostly I just finish off my PhD works and then I get on to my civil service works and all. But since I missed few days, so I thought I'll start off with my pending works of my civil service preparations, because as for my PhD, I'm actually waiting for clarification from my guide. So I cannot just restart my work until I get a word from him. So I'm just reading away Spectrum, the modern history. So after like 1.5 hours, I realized that I have today's newspaper to read and finish. So I get on with the newspapers, because the hardest part of missing any days from your study routine is that you will be having lots of newspapers piling up at your doorstep. And I'm someone who's kind of enjoys preparing for civil services, but don't know why I cannot come in terms with the current affairs. I'm really not entertained when I read newspapers, and probably it's kind of boring and all. I don't know why, but so I forcefully sit myself through all these 2 hours of daily current affairs newspaper. So this goes on about like 2 hours or so, and then I realized that it's almost noon and I have to go back home for lunch. And my place, that is actually my parents' place, it's just like 2 minutes or so walking distance away from college, so it's more convenient for me. And as I get back by 3:30 or something, I get on with the polity Lakshmi Kant, and I realize that I just have 1 more hours until the library closes. So I start on with active recalling, which is basically reading all the points and kind of explaining to yourself in your own words without looking at the book. So I get back home by 4:30 or something, and after a long break, after freshening up and having my food and all, I get back to my studies by 5:30. So idea is that you shouldn't cram yourself with all the studies and just force yourself to sit through all these 7 to 8 hours of studies on your first day itself. So just take it slow. You're just recovering from fever or whatever the reasons that you had for taking a break. So idea is to go slow and smoothly. So I just again do the active recalling part. And by 8:15 or something, I just set my computer up for the live session. All the slides are already ready, because on the last day of my live session, I took almost like 15 minutes or so, but I was pretty unwell, and also I had a problem with the network issues. So because of that reason, I had to discontinue the stream. So everything is ready for me. So all I have to do is just go in live and start on with the session. So I'm not intending to do much after the live, which gets over by 9:30 or something. Just have my dinner and go to sleep, and that's it.